Okay, guys, let's now continue with the exponential graph, but let's look at this one. We've got our basic graph. Now, that was the one. Now, the one that we're wanting to sketch is this little graph. I'm just going to rewrite him down here. It's the graph of y, is this one here, y equals 2x plus 1 plus 1. Now, the problem with this is we've got two shifts. Now, if you look at this, if we take 2x plus 1 and plus 1, this guy is going to, if we put him equal to 0, we get x equals minus 1. And if we put that guy is going to be something very interesting there. This gives you the shift. Okay, so we're shifting the x values to 1 left. Okay, so we subtract 1. This is 1 up. So the y values go 1 up. Okay, in other words, we add 1. With this one, we're going to subtract 1. Okay, so, and remember, the exponential graph has 1 asymptote. The hyperbola has 2. Okay, now if we do this, let's see, what would our new values be? So if we take the x's, we've got to shift 1 left, so we're subtracting 1. Okay, and then to these guys, we've got to add 1, so we're adding 1 to bring the graph up. Now, minus 1 is minus 2, 0 minus 1 is minus 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, a half plus 1 is 1.5, and we've also got, and then you look at this, 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 1 is 3. Remember, we're adding to those values, okay, and there we go. Okay, very, very nice section of work this. Now, let's plot those points. Now, I'm going to look at these new values here, okay, and we're gonna summarize those points. We're gonna do it. So remember, but I want to make this very, very clear. People, listen. To the x, you got to x plus 1. It works reverse. You subtracting 1 from, in other words, you're shifting left. Okay, if it was x minus 1, you are going to the right. With the 1, the number on the end there, you're just going up or down. So the x value, shift x values 1 left. Okay, so we subtract 1, and you're always going to work with the basic graph 2x. So you subtract 1, minus 2, minus 1, 0, and a half plus 1 is 1.5, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. So let's just go to the next slide and we'll draw the graph now. Okay, so what are our coordinates that we're going to draw? Well, firstly, let's go back. What was the asymptote? That's important. What was the asymptote? The asymptote is always that number on the end there, y equals 1. Okay, so if we go to the slide, we're going to put our little 1 in. Okay, so at 1 here, I'm going to put, let's make it there. 1, I'm going to put my asymptote in. It's very, very important, y equals 1. Remember, the graph is y equals 2 to the x plus 1, and we're plussing 1. So that's the asymptote there. But the y values have shifted. It's actually gone 1 unit up from where it was on the x-axis. Now, what were the coordinates that we got? The new ones were minus 2, 1.5. We had minus 1, 1, and 0 and 2. Now, if you go to minus 2, you're going to go up. There's 2 here. There's 3 there, and there's 1.5 here. You would go to minus 2, so minus 2 up to 1.5 is there. Okay, minus 1 would give you, would go up to 1 there, okay, which is our new one, and 0, 2, okay, 0, 2. Which does that there. Okay, so you've got that asymptote, and you've got your points, minus 1. This is an interesting one. Let's just see. Go back here quickly. Minus 1, 2. Sorry, that's it. I'm messing up there. You mustn't do what I did there. That's actually minus 1, 2. And that's what caused a little bit of anxiety. Sometimes matrics do that. So that was minus 1, 2, which was minus 1, 2, which is there. And then the 0 goes up to, if we look at that, let me just do that again quickly. You see, you must make sure you do these all correctly. Let's go back 1. And it's 0, 3. Okay, so it's minus 2, 1.5. Let's just check that. Okay, these are so amazing, these graphs, if you actually do this. So what we've got is, if we get our points right, it's minus 2 and 0, 3. Okay, so it's minus 2, 1.5, minus 1, 2. Be very careful. Many matrics mess that up. So get these coordinates right. Okay, and then 0, 3 goes there. Just go back and check that. Look at that. It's going to be minus 2, 1.5, minus 1, 2, 0, and 3. Okay, And that's cool. And then you get your thing, that you get your coordinates there. So it's very, very important. So it's -2, 1.5. Immediately you notice I got into a bit of a panic attack because I wasn't too sure how you approach this. So it's -1, 2, and 0, 3, and you've got your graph. And you immediately know that it's gone up. It was the basic graph. If you look at the little easy one that we did, we go there, -1, 0, that's where it was 1 and 2. Remember, this is the basic graph, 2 to the x. And what did we do with that? If you take a basic point, we shift 1 left and shift 1 up. Okay, because that was at a half there. So it's very important to do that. Okay, so matrics, remember, okay, watch this. If you look at this again, that's the asymptote, is this. Okay, so this is the asymptote with the exponential. There's only one. If you've got 2 over x plus 1 plus 1, that's going, these are asymptotes. Okay, -1 and 1, okay, are asymptotes. But this has one asymptote, and that tells you shift 1 left. Okay, and you do it to the table. Okay, so stay with us on Matrics Uploaded as we continue with these things.